The ground shakes by the thunderous stampede of thousands of horses galloping across the vast steppe. A low rumble echoes similar to an approaching storm. The horizon darkens, covered in an ominous veil of black. Tengri, the god of the sky, has descended from the eternal blue and come down to earth to take revenge. His children, hordes of fierce Mongol soldiers, scream and shout as they approach. It's the rebirth of Attila, the son of the heavens, who has set his sights on us. All we can do now is pray. Genghis has arrived.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Kronos bringing you the start of a series of episodes about the Mongol Empire and its great leaders. Before we get started, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. You really help us out when you do. Thanks so much. Let's go. In the early 13th century, the great Genghis Khan led the Mongol armies in one of the most impressive military expansions in history. In a little over 2 decades, the Mongols conquered a big chunk of northern China, destroyed the Muslim empire of Khwarezm, and threatened countries as far as Hungary, Egypt, and Japan. Such expansion is truly remarkable and a bit difficult to explain on the surface, considering that the nomadic Mongols had no technological advantage and had never achieved comparable success in the past. The key to the success of Genghis Khan and the Mongols wasn't their technology or their army's organization. It was thanks to the magnetic leadership of Genghis Khan himself. He was one of the best generals of his time and also one of the greatest in history. Genghis Khan forged his victories with a unique blend of personal charisma, merit-based selection system of his generals, and of course, strategic terror. In addition, Genghis Khan and his successors were able to gather the nomadic tribes of Mongolia and turn them into a disciplined and unified army. Genghis Khan created a revolutionary form of warfare based on speed, surprise, and mobility, which allowed the Mongols to adapt to any kind of terrain and successfully confront much larger and better equipped armies. Another secret to the Mongols' success was their exceptional ability to adapt to the cultures and religions of the people they conquered. Instead of trying to impose their own beliefs and customs, the Mongols allowed local cultures to thrive under their rule. This enabled the Mongols to maintain control over vast territories with minimum resistance and rebellions. Genghis Khan's leadership extended beyond his military tactics. His charisma and unwavering determination earned him the undying loyalty of his soldiers. Despite being attacked by his own men on several occasions, Genghis always knew how to maintain the trust and respect of his troops. One example of his leadership can be seen in the battle against the Daichud Mongol tribe, who refused to recognize Genghis Khan as their leader. After a confusing battle, Genghis was severely wounded and on the brink of defeat. It was then that Gelmi, one of his warriors, stepped up to save his leader. Gelmi took care of the wounded Khan through the night, and even risked his life by infiltrating the enemy's camp to get milk for his leader. This event demonstrates the great loyalty that Genghis Khan inspired in his soldiers. Discipline and flexibility, the secrets of Genghis Khan's army. Genghis Khan, the great Mongol conqueror, forged his army with iron-like discipline. In the year 1202, before setting off on an expedition to avenge the death of his father at the hands of the Tatars, he gave a sharp and clear order. If we win, no one loots. The loot will be distributed later, and if we retreat, we return to the starting point, regroup, and come back stronger. Anyone who doesn't rejoin the formation will be beheaded. This is how he eliminated a common weakness among the nomadic armies, who often focused on looting after a victory, allowing the enemy to escape. The penalties for a lack of discipline in Genghis Khan's army were collective. According to the Franciscan friar John of Plano Carpini, who visited the Mongol Empire nearly 2 decades after Genghis Khan's death, if any soldier from a unit of 10 men, called Arban, fled during battle, he was executed alongside his fellow soldiers. If an entire Arban fled, then the whole unit of 100 soldiers, called Yagun, to which they belonged, was executed. But discipline alone wasn't enough to propel the Mongol army to victory after victory. It was their unparalleled adaptability that set them apart from the rest. When confronted with unknown situations, the Mongols had a great disposition to experiment with new strategies. Perhaps this is most evident in the field of siege warfare, one of the great weaknesses of the many nomadic armies. During the first siege of a large fortified city, Zhongjing, the capital of the Xixia kingdom, which was attacked in 1209, Genghis Khan's army, without siege machines or technical knowledge, attempted to bring down the city walls by diverting the course of a river to undermine its foundations. The rains caused the river to overflow, flooding the Mongol camp, but the determination they showed convinced the king of Xixia to surrender and hand over the capital. However, it was in northern China, when faced with the Jurchen, where the Mongols adapted to this type of warfare. In their first campaign in 1211, they could only seize small or poorly defended cities, and mainly through surprise attacks. But the key to their future success? Well, the Mongols found a simple solution. They recruited thousands of Chinese deserters who provided the knowledge and siege machines that the Mongols lacked. With this newly acquired expertise, the Mongols were able to adapt and conquer cities that had previously been deemed impenetrable. And that's all for today. We still have much more to cover about the great Mongol leader Genghis Khan, so we'll have it in an upcoming video. Now, in the horizon, we see a new leader of the Mongols known as Attila, which we'll talk about in a new video. Thanks for tuning in today, and don't forget to please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed the video. Until next time, this is Kronos, signing off.